Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Today I thought I'd come along and have a little chat, a little check-in, and talk about how I try and help nausea. It would help if I had the pronunciation right before I came on. I always call it nausea, when I'm feeling nauseous. There you go. When I'm feeling nauseous, the things I do to kind of help alleviate or at least subside it, or at least help it go down a little bit. So one of the side effects of Mounjaro is that you can feel nauseous. And I talked a little bit before about my vestibular migraine. Because I have vestibular migraine, I can feel quite nauseous as well. And with some of the medication that I'm taking for other stuff, their side effects can be nausea too. So sometimes I'm not really sure which thing is giving me nausea, but I know I feel nauseous. So I thought I'd come along and just, I don't know, like tips or tricks or just what I do. So some of these things are like tips that I had from a long time. Some of these I picked up from other people, and some of it was just like trial and error and stuff like that. So please excuse if you can hear someone outside. Someone is outside my window talking very loud. I think they're on their phone. Yeah, I don't know. We have a corner house, and it just so happens, I think when you're on a corner, people stop at the corner house and talk. I don't know why, but that always happens. Anyway, moving on. So the first thing that really helps me is ginger. Now, one of the first things, like if you do a search for nausea or sickness or anti-sickness, one of the first things that come up will be ginger, because ginger really is like, I don't know, it's absolutely, ginger really helps. The thing about me though is if I have too much ginger, or if I have like raw ginger or ginger tea, it makes me go bathroom. Too much information, I know, but it makes me go to the bathroom very quickly. So when I started to feel nauseous, I was a little bit, okay, I'm going to try ginger. When I was pregnant with the kiddies, ginger did really help. So that was one of the things that when I felt like the nausea a lot, that's what I went for. So you can get ginger ale, which is nice. I sometimes have like the sugar-free or the diet ginger ale, and that can help. I don't know if it's like the fizz or something as well. That can help. I got these dried ginger pieces. I picked these up from Amazon, and I wanted to get the ones that were not crystallized, because you can get ginger pieces that have ginger. You can get ginger pieces that have sugar on there, but I don't want that added calories. I don't want that added sugar on my teeth. These do have fructose, which are a natural occurring sugar, so you have to be careful with your teeth as well. But this is what they look like. And they're very strong. These is like, it's just raw, it is like raw ginger, but it's like eating raw ginger. It is very strong. But I eat like maybe like a little piece, nibble a little piece, and just have it in my mouth. You can get like ginger sweets as well, but again, sugar. So I looked for, excuse me. So I looked for some sugar-free ginger sweets, and I found these. These are nausea relief sugar-free ginger lozenges, and these ones are by the brand C-Band, and they do these bands, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. And these are the mama ones, because I guess for pregnancy or what have you, but you can get just the normal, I say normal, you can get just the normal ones as well. But they come in these kind of blister forms like this. You can just put it in your bag or your pocket and just pop one of the lozenges out. These help a lot. These are really good. I also found these ginger root tablets, and I had a different brand before. Again, I got these on Amazon. I had a different brand before, and I got these. And you can have, I think, 1 to 3 of these. I take 2. I started off with 1 because again, ginger can be quite strong. I started off with 1, and now I have 2 every day. I just take them with my other vitamins. Another thing that helps is definitely having like a sweet or a lozenge. I talked about the ginger ones, but I also find mint to help, and also I found these Ricola. These are the Swiss Alpine flavour. They do many flavours in these. And these again are sugar free, but you can get the normal ones if you don't like sugar free or you prefer sugar, you can get the normal ones. And these, I like these because they have like a herbal taste, which is different from the ginger, because sometimes I get a bit bored of the ginger taste, but I still want something to try and help me feel a bit better. They also do a herbal mint flavour that helps me as well. Sugar-free Polos, something about, I don't know if it's the taste of those mints, it's like a fresh cooling mint. They really help. And the other mints that I find really help are the Tree Bore sugar-free. They're very small, and the reason why I like them is because sometimes if you've got like a sweet in your mouth or something, if you're talking or if I'm at work, I can't really have a sweet in my mouth. But the Tree Bore ones, I'll put a picture up because I don't have my pack here. They're really small, they're like really tiny, and you can just pop it in your mouth. You can just pop it in your mouth, and it's really small, so you can't really see it. It's not noticeable. Really kind of, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but anyway, it's very small. As I mentioned before, the bands, the C bands, I remember when I was pregnant, I used to have the C bands. They're like motion sickness bands. When I was pregnant, I had them, and they were really good. But the ones that I had, they were a bit like sweatbands, and the material was like a kind of like a sweatband material, like fabric. And I found that they got dirty quickly, or they could pick up smells. So when I did another search, again Amazon, I found these are silicone ones. And yes, I had to get the pink ones, but they come in all different colours. Black, I've seen blue, white, I think I've seen green. I've seen like rainbow colours or like neon colours. I've seen pastel colours, like a mix. But I got the pink ones, like I said. They have this, I don't know if you call it a noddle, I don't know what you call this, but it's like a plastic one. It also comes with metal ones. And you get your wrist and you find the point. It's like on the third bit, and then it's right here. And that works on like acupuncture points. I think it's called points or places. I think it's points. It works on the acupuncture points. So if you don't have the band, you could just press on, you can find that pressure point and you can just hold it. That helps a lot as well. Also on that same part, if you run like water on here, I find it helps as well. It helps me when I feel a bit clammy or a bit like with the nausea feeling, or I just feel a bit woozy. I can just put the cold water here. But yeah, with these ones, the reason why I like these, again, like I said, they're silicone. So, excuse me, they're like a silicone type of material. And my throat is so dry. 1 minute. It's like a silicone material, and like I was saying, the fabric ones, they get dirty quickly. If you're washing your hands regularly, if you're regularly, oh my goodness, if you're washing your hands a lot, the fabric can get wet, then you'll have to take it off to dry it, all that kind of stuff. But with this, if this gets wet, it dries quickly, or you literally can take it off, just like use like a tea cloth or a towel or something, and it dries like literally in seconds. I like that it doesn't pick up smells. When you first get them, you can cut these parts off if you want to. I left mine on, I didn't want to cut it, but you can cut it to, if you can see like the little markings on there, to the, what am I trying to say, what's the word, to the length, my gosh, to the length that you want it. And you can just pull it, you see it just here, and then they start to work really quickly once you've put them on. Another reason why I like these and not the sweatband ones. The sweatband ones are like kind of obvious what they are. It's not a problem, but they're just kind of obvious what they are, and they just look like, I mean, the look is fine, but I prefer the look of these. These, sometimes they can just look like a wrist, they can just look like a watch strap, and I don't know, I just like that they're flat, and I just like these anyway. They just look like I said, a wristband, or like you know, them bracelets that you can get out that are just like this kind of design. So that's what I like about these. Another thing that helps me is like herbal teas or fruit teas, but I really found that cinnamon tea really helps a lot. I love cinnamon tea anyway. Again, it was something that I was just drinking and I noticed that it helped with the nausea. Also peppermint tea and chamomile tea, that really helps me. And I find excuse me, and I find with the chamomile tea it's quite calming as well, so it kind of makes me feel quite nice and centered as well. Another thing that helps, not totally necessary, but is a water bottle, and in particular one that keeps ice cold, because I find if I feel nauseous, or I feel, you know, sometimes my mouth can be dry or have that kind of feeling in my mouth, it doesn't feel nice, doesn't taste nice, that kind of metallic, or that kind of, I don't know how to explain it, like gummy, just not a nice feeling. I find like I need to sip water, or a very diluted like juice drink, what do you call it, like squash, or one of them little, you know, like them little squeezy dropper bottles thingy jiggamies that you put in water, but very diluted. But I find like with myself, I love ice drinks anyway. I have ice all the time, but when I'm drinking, I like it to be really cold, like the icy cold. It helps me feel good. If it's too warm, or if it's room temperature, that can make me feel a bit sick more. So just having a water bottle that can keep ice cold for a long time. This one is a new one that I picked up. This one is by Ninja, and the reason why I chose this one, it was on Prime Day for a start, but also this one you can put fizzy drinks in there. I had a different flask. This flask, oh my gosh, tangent, but this flask that I bought was amazing. It keeps ice like for the whole day. Literally, I can make a drink in the morning, be at work, on the way home after my whole shift, into the evening, and the ice is still in there. And it's like an amazing one. I think it was so good as well because it had like a straw spout, and that like sealed it. But after a while, the straw spouts can get stained and everything else. And because I have a lot of herbal teas, ice herbal teas and stuff like that, it like discolored. Why does that sound funny? Anyway, it discolored the top and the spout and everything else, and I just didn't like the way it looked. And it was like a metal, but it had like a painted or enamel or whatever you call it coating, and that weared off. Whereas this one, it hasn't got that kind of coating. It's like I don't know what kind of coating it is. Oh yeah, I just put stickers on there. Excuse me. But when I put fizzy drinks in that one, it was crazy. I didn't realize that you couldn't put fizzy drinks in there the first time. I put it in, it like leaked a bit, but then when I opened the top, it like kind of exploded, so they couldn't take fizzy drinks. So like I said, I saw that this one could take fizzy drinks, so I picked this up. But yeah, like I said, not totally necessary, but for me it is a necessary thing, because like I said, I like my drinks quite cold. But if you don't really care about the ice, you can get any type of water bottle, or you don't even need a water bottle. You can just use whatever you want to drink your water from. But yeah, sipping water, or like I said, a really diluted kind of juice drink. Because another thing I find is if I have just water, is someone still Another person's come outside my window talking loud. Please excuse me if you can hear them. Hopefully you can't. But yeah, and like I was saying, if I drink water sometimes, it makes me feel like sick, more sick. So that's why I keep on saying a very diluted juice drink or squash. And talking about ice, I find if I just sometimes just get an ice cube and just let it dissolve, that helps with the nausea as well. It's cooling, and it also just like keeps my mouth not dry, and it stops that gummy kind of feeling as well. Okay, I don't even know what number of tips I'm at, but the next one is, yeah, this is this one might be boring, but and for me it's not great because my sleep patterns is not great, but trying to get a good night's sleep, trying to rest if I can, trying to just relax, which again is another thing that I find quite difficult to relax. But yes, like if I don't have a good night's sleep, or if I'm not having a good sleep, I think they call it sleep hygiene or sleep pattern, I don't know, if I'm not having a good one of those, I find that can make my nausea feel worse. Again, it might be because of the vestibular migraine, but I just know that if I have a better night's sleep, or if I try and rest when I can, that can help a lot as well. The next thing I find, funnily enough, is like exercise or movement or activity. Walking is a good one. I don't know what about it, but it really does help. Like if I go for a walk, I don't know if it's the fresh air when I'm outside, or if my body's just moving, and that helps a lot as well. Doing some balance exercises, I find that helps as well. If it's very bright outside, like the sun is shining a lot, then I find if I put sunglasses on, that can help. Or if I, like I can't always avoid being in the bright areas, or like if the light overhead is really bright. I know it sounds funny, and it looks a bit funny if you're inside and you're wearing sunglasses, but I do find that helps. I don't know why, don't know the science behind that, but it definitely does help. And another thing that helps again with the relaxation is if I just kind of take breaths in and just, I don't know, it's like not really meditating, but just having that kind of, like, I don't know what it's called, relaxing breathing techniques and stuff like that. That actually really does help as well. There's a lot of breathing techniques that you can find, and like I was talking about the balancing exercises, I was given some balancing because I'm doing vestibular rehabilitation, so I was given some balancing exercises, but there's so many that you can find online. And also I should have said at the beginning, is talk to like your doctor or your pharmacist. Like if you go to the chemist, they normally have like a pharmacist on hand, and talk to them because they know some bits and pieces. I should have said that at the beginning. Talk to your GP, doctor, what have you. You can ask them about some balancing exercises. You can ask them about some, what did I say before? Balance and breathing techniques and stuff like that. Another thing that helps a lot, funnily enough, I really do like natural things. Obviously you can get anti-sickness or nausea tablets or medication. That could be something you can try, but for me, I prefer like more natural things, more not really taking extra medication, but supplements like your vitamins and things like that can really help as well. Because I find if I'm, as I spoke before, I am deficient in a few vitamins, but I find if I take supplements and stuff like that and just try and help myself that way, that can help. Another thing, I don't remember what number I'm on again, is my dietary nutrition eating. I find if I'm like staying on top of eating small meals or small things but regular, that helps a lot as with the nausea as well. Things like being on this healthy body life journey anyway, I've kind of taken stock on the things I'm eating, but I find like things, I guess you can kind of find the things that trigger the nausea more. Like for me, it will be like a lot of sweet things like, I don't really eat fried food as such, but if I eat something that's a bit oily or something like that, I find that the nausea can be worse. So like nutrition, I find is very important. I find nutrition is definitely something that helps with the nausea, which is quite which is kind of like common sense when you think about it, because if you eat something a bit off or not off, if you're eating something that doesn't agree with you, that can make you feel sick and nauseous anyway. But yeah, nutrition is definitely something that I find helps a lot. Talking about nutrition, I find crackers, if I feel ill, sick or nauseous, sometimes I must admit it might be that I'm hungry or that I need to eat something. Especially being on the Mounjaro, it kind of suppresses your appetite and you don't always feel like eating as well, or just sometimes the thought of the food, like if you feel nauseous, the thought of food can make you feel a bit queasy as well. So I find like having a cracker, but like a plain kind of cracker, and my favorite, I'm gonna have to put a picture up because I don't have any at the moment, are Jamaican water crackers. They're like quite crunchy, but they have like a lot of like air pockets. I can't explain it, but they're so good, and they're very, very plain, but they have a nice texture that I like. I also like water crackers, like regular water crackers. I think cars do them, and like supermarkets, they do their own brand. I'll put a picture up as well. They're just like plain, and I think the fact that they're water crackers, they don't have that creamy taste, you know, like you can get cream crackers, they don't actually have cream in it, but they have that creamy kind of taste, which sometimes is not great when I'm feeling ill. But the water crackers really help, and the Jamaican water crackers, them, yeah. Also, I guess you could try a biscuit, but like I said, if I'm feeling quite nauseous, sweet things are not my thing, so crackers help. But for you might find maybe like a digestive might help, but yeah, definitely crackers. Yeah, crackers. And I'm trying to think of something, I'm trying to think as I'm going along. I should have maybe made notes. I don't know why I don't make notes, but I should have maybe made notes. But another thing, number whatever, is essential oils. I love essential oils. I love essential oils for so many different things anyway. Again, this was something that I kind of realized along the way, because I use essential oils anyway, that when I use them, or when I had them around for the different reasons why I use them, oh my gosh, I noticed that helped with the nausea. So like for instance, a diffuser, I think it's called a diffuser, when you put like the water and you drop some essential oils inside, and then like the mist or the diffuser, dehumidifier, whatever, you put it in there and, you know, sniff it, and then it like, you know, goes into the atmosphere and everything else. And I found that really helpful. I have like a air cooling unit fan thing that you put water and ice in to cool the air when it's really hot, and I normally put in some essential oils. Again, I need some drink, my throat is so dry today. Maybe it's because I'm talking so much. I'm gonna wrap up soon. But yeah, I put some of the essential oil drops into that fan, and I realized that it really helped me, my nausea. Like I use different blends, but definitely peppermint. Again, peppermint is really good. I love blends anyway, but I found peppermint, lemon and lavender, I like that as a combination anyway, but I found that really helped with the nausea. Peppermint by itself, tea tree, like a tea tree and peppermint mix, that was really good. Eucalyptus. And another thing I found was Olbas oil, or the Olbas oil inhaler. I use that because I have allergies, my hay fever, everything else. But I noticed when I use that, it helps with the nausea as well. So that's another thing. I think that's it. I think they're the things that really help me with my nausea. Like I said, I should have wrote down some notes so that I could pull it through. If I've missed anything out, I can just, I don't know, add it somewhere. But yeah, hopefully these tips and these little tricks helped. If you have anything that you use for your nausea, or you found that something that really worked and I haven't said it, please do comment and let us know what you do. And if I have mentioned something that you use as well, let us know as well, so that we can just help each other out. Like I said, I picked up these tips along the way, things that I knew myself, but also things that I picked up along the way. So yes, hopefully you're doing great. You're not feeling too ill, not feeling too rough. Maybe I will share the supplements that I take in a next video. Maybe that will be helpful as well. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I've rambled on, and yeah, there was no need. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please do comment, subscribe, and join me on this healthy life journey. And I'll speak to you very soon. Bye. You can get like oh my gosh, ginger root, like tablets, or I don't know, tablets. It's like a silicone. Oop, it's like find it very important. I'm so sorry. Anyway, thanks for watching. Oh my gosh.